Hi everyone. We are going to continue with the electromagnetic spectrum today. In your book, we're on page 226 to 227. And basically today we're just going to go through the first couple of waves in the electromagnetic spectrum. So let's get to this part here. Yesterday we talked about the electromagnetic wave and how they are the only waves that can travel through a vacuum, through space. They don't need matter. Well, here is the electromagnetic spectrum. As you can see here, there are 7 waves that we're going to be talking about: radio waves, microwaves, infrared radiation, visible light, ultraviolet waves, X-rays, and gamma rays. All of these waves carry radiation. All of them carry radiation. The ones that have more energy, which are over here, carry more radiation. So the more energy they carry, the more radiation they have. So let's start with light waves. Light waves that we talked about already, they're not the only waves in the electromagnetic spectrum. We're going to start with radio waves. So frequency and wavelength. The only thing that separates all of these are their wave frequencies and their wavelengths. So take a look at radio waves. The wavelength here is very long, and if you go over to X-rays and gamma rays, they're very short, right? So we have longer wavelengths over here with radio waves and shorter wavelengths with gamma. But look at the frequency here with gamma. Gamma rays are more frequent. They're coming more frequently than the radio waves and the microwaves. So basically, all I'm saying is when you look at this chart, no matter which way it is, you should notice that from radio waves to gamma waves, the wavelength goes from longer to shorter. The distance between crest to crest or trough to trough is longer with radio waves and microwaves than it is with X-rays and gamma rays. On the same token, you should also notice that the frequency is different. And over here, the gamma rays and X-rays are more frequent. You see that? Then over here, with the radio waves and the microwaves. So it doesn't matter, I'm going to go back. It doesn't matter if this chart is flipped, so gamma rays are over here and radio waves are over here, or if radio waves are up top here and gamma are on the bottom here. You just need to look at it and see which waves have the longest wavelength, which have the shortest wavelength. And it's always going to be gamma with the shortest and radio waves with the longest. And which ones have the higher frequency and which ones have the lower frequency. And again, it's always going to be the same. Gamma has the highest, radio has the lowest. So let's talk about radio waves for a minute. We just said that they have the longest wavelength and the lowest frequency. They range from about a foot to several miles long, and they're used to transmit data or for communication. Now, radio waves, you all have heard of radios. They're used with radios, they're used with televisions, they're used with marine and air traffic control. Let's do the next one, which is microwaves. You have all heard of microwaves. You call the box that you cook your food in a microwave, but it actually cooks the food with microwaves, right? We also use it for communication. So microwaves and radio waves overlap in frequency. So we can transmit data with both of them, and we can communicate with both of them. Microwaves are used in in satellite communications, radar, cell phones, and televisions. The last one we're going to talk about today are infrared waves. All warm bodies emit infrared waves. All of them. I've heard this term a lot when I'm watching HGTV and they're doing some kind of house inspection and they use their infrared gun to look in the walls to see what's crawling in the walls or something like that. And they can see because of the infrared waves that are being emitted from whatever organism is behind the walls. Night goggles are used to sense the infrared waves that are emitted from a warm body, and you can see like from this cat here, this is what you would see. Infrared waves are also used between a remote control and the TV receiver to change the channels, to turn up the volume, to mute it, and whatever else that you use for that. So that is what we're learning today. That is today's lesson. If you look here, you're going to listen to a vocabulary, and then you're going to answer some questions about the vocabulary and answer some questions about this video, and then you'll be done. Have a good day.